giving thanks for Liberia being Ebola-free. This special church service in Monrovia was to mark the end of the country's outbreak, which has killed more than 4,500 Liberians. People here were thankful to have survived.
But you are alive. You were not wet up. Even though you did not leave Liberia, you were right in Liberia. Right in the same place where others were being infected. And some of you were, there are cases of people who were even infected. Yeah. But when others were dying by the same plague, they survived the plague.
Liberians across the country are celebrating finally being free of Ebola, and that relief is most keenly felt in communities that were most acutely affected by the disease. West Point is one of the capital Monrovia's poorest, most densely populated areas. It was placed under a 10-day quarantine during Ebola's peak, which led to a teenager being shot by government security forces.
But West Point too has a new beginning. This public school was turned into an Ebola holding centre during the crisis. It's been closed ever since. But now a $150,000 refurbishment has given hope. There's fresh water points for the community to use outside the school gates. Inside, volunteers are working around the clock to get the classrooms ready. This room, once home to Ebola patients, will this week welcome teachers and more than 1,000 students.
This was a room that everybody considered to be a very fearful room within this building, because we have Ebola patients that were found dead in this room, and materials that were used by Ebola patients were looted in this very room. Now that the school has been transformed and brought to another level, we are pleased and very humbled to be in this room.
The refurbishment has been funded by the United Nations along with other NGO partners. Victor Faye grew up in West Point. He says this school is a fantastic legacy from the crisis, which could pave the way for a better future for the area.
In West Point, out of 70,000 population, only 1,100 children are going to benefit from this school. What happened to the rest of the children? We are still looking up there to see who can come to their aid, to see how we can pay for some of the structure around here, break them down, and pull up a high school for these children. Because the people in West Point, almost 85% of them cannot afford to send any of their children to school.
The Liberian government hopes to pull something positive out of the trauma of the past year. It's launched a multi-million-dollar appeal to bring fresh water supplies and better sanitation into schools across the country. Katerina Vittozzi, CCTV, Liberia.